What's up, YouTube? This is Gas545 here, and this is episode 17 of Silly Cyclists, starting right off at number 10. This is going to be looking at kind of a starting issue for something that happened a few weeks ago where the situation escalated and the driver got out of his car. When changing lanes out of the cycle lane, always make sure you look clearly, indicate clearly, and take control of that lane. He's not really giving himself enough time or space to overtake the other driver, and the car driver's unsure of what's going on. So always make sure you indicate clearly. Here, this guy's going to red light jump. I'm just going to fast forward it so you don't have to wait around for ages. But he actually, this probably isn't the correct junction. Sorry, correct. You shouldn't red light jump as it is, but this probably isn't a junction to do it at. As you can see, his foot position is right at the bottom. He's not going to be able to set off quickly, and when he does decide, he goes slowly. You might as well just wait with the rest of us. Just abide by the law. You didn't gain any time by red light jumping there. Further down the road, exactly the same guy. He comes extremely close to taking out my front wheel. Yeah, look, I don't know what he's doing. He's just being really inconsiderate to me and to all other road users. He's just scooting past, trying to get to the front so he can red light jump, which he does do. Just wait, man. Number 8. So I'm following behind this woman filtering to the front, but I can see the light changes, so I decide, yeah, that's it, not going to go any further. This van starts to drift across slightly, and she wants to go to the left. So she decides to brake and swivel to the left, which forces me and all the car drivers behind to stop. Just plan ahead what you're going to do. Number 7 here. So we've got a school bus up ahead and people filtering up the inside. Yeah, wouldn't advise that, even with the blue cycle lane there. You never know when it's going to go, and it does go. And that guy wobbles slightly, but manages to get through. I really wouldn't advise doing that, even though there is plenty of space to filter up. I expect that when people commute, they should have a basic ability of controlling your bicycle. This woman's not great at balancing. She nearly goes into this guy, and I understand at slow speeds it can be harder to control your bike, but just a basic understanding of how it works and balance is probably helpful. Up ahead you got 2 guys here track standing. I believe both of them are from London Fixed Gear and Single Speed form, and they're having little competition without secretly knowing each other. So this guy filters through. I've talked in the past about track standing in London and how you're going to have difficulties with people doing that. Luckily it doesn't really put either of them off, but still, if you see someone track standing, don't stop too close to them, because they need their space. Number 4, it's always important to read the road ahead. You can see ahead that when we go, we're going to get stuck up by that bus. We're going to need to be in the other lane. So we're going to need to change the lane. But if you watch the bus, it pulls away just as the lights go green. So we don't need to move into the other lane. That guy doesn't clearly indicate, and the car driver doesn't like it, so he bursts his horn. I think it's just wise just to watch what's going on ahead. Sometimes your position might be right at the start, but it doesn't end up being right. Number 3 here. This guy in the red's kind of slow getting in the blue. Sorry, he's kind of slow getting away, and he doesn't take the usual position you'd expect a cyclist to do when going ahead and stay in the left lane. The cyclist in front of me is a little bit faster than him and wants to get in front of him. So, as before, he doesn't indicate his intentions and cuts back in a little bit too soon. So, not only should you indicate, look clearly, take control of the lane, but you should also give the cyclist you're overtaking plenty of space. So when he cuts back in too soon, it's gonna be off-putting. Number 2 here. So behind this bus, people want to get in front. So normally they take the right-hand side, but you still get a few people going on the pavement and squeezing up the inside. That first guy squeezes up the inside, and I'll show you the gap in just a second. It is so tight. Really, do not do this. You can see there. Okay, he gets away cleanly, but that is tight, that gap. Don't do it. Number 1 here, behind a bus, you can see on the right hand side that a traffic light's just turned right and we're going to be stopping. I don't see any point in filtering here. I know there's no ASL, and I'm only going to put myself into a sticky issue if I go to the front, so I'll just wait behind. But this guy decides he'll go up the inside. Really not a wise thing to do, especially on a fixed gear. You're going to get pedal strike on that pavement, which is worse, getting squashed by a bus or getting pedal strike and getting squashed by a bus. Either way, very silly. That's it for this week. I'll be continuing the Silly Cyclist series, but because it's winter and there's less cyclists, I'll be restricting it to when I get a top 10. So there may not be every week, there may be every 2 weeks, maybe every 3 weeks, but I'm going to look at keeping this going on. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching.